Okay, Teresa, if you want to go ahead.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to our OCHS forecasting night. We are happy to have you here, and we are hoping that we are able to answer your forecasting questions and help you as much as we can. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and introduce our administrators who are here today. We have Toby Futch and Mike Stead. Both are here to help support us and answer any questions that may come up. We also have our counseling team that's here. All of our counselors are here tonight to help answer questions. And we will have teachers presenting today, and there'll be a chance for you to have some breakout time after this presentation, where you can ask our departments questions that you may have about classes. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So online forecasting. So given that we are in distance learning this year, we really thought about how we wanted to do forecasting, and we decided that it would be completely online. And so what we're doing this year, students will be able to forecast online using their student view accounts, and it's only online. So what will happen is, in years past, we've had forecasting sheets that were turned in, and that is no longer the case. Those will not be turned in. Those students do have access to those sheets, but they will only be used as a worksheet and a guide. So students can use that forecasting sheet to go through their classes and see how many trimesters they need, how many credits they need. But what we need students to do is make sure that they log into their student view accounts and enter their course requests. We've also added a OCHSpioneers.org forecasting website. And on that website, we have some video tutorials. We have a tutorial that gives information on how to access our brand new curriculum handbook that is completely on its own website, which we absolutely love. It's amazing. And it has lots of information on there that you can access about classes, credits that are available, prerequisites, just any information that you might find that you need in trying to find out which class to take. Like I said, we have tutorials on there on how to forecast, and we also have online forecasting directions. So there's information that you can access on how to actually go in and forecast for classes. So all of that is available on our OCHSpioneers.org website under forecasting. So we've made it super accessible. So we have some tips for you while forecasting that we want you to consider. And what we want you to consider is, when you're forecasting for classes, really consider what it is that you want to do after high school. So think about it. Do you have a career interest? Do you have a field of study that you're thinking about? And if you do, we really want you to consider taking classes that will help fulfill those interests, or will help you explore different career paths and options. And so when you're thinking about what electives to take, think about those things. Talk to your teachers regarding any recommendations that they have for you. Your teachers have a wealth of knowledge. They're here tonight to answer lots of your questions, information, give you information about class offerings, and they have a lot of insight in what each of the classes offer. And if a class requires an application, so an example would be student council or student government. If you're interested in that class, there is an application for it. On the new curriculum handbook website, there is an area that has forms that you can fill out. They're all fillable. You can download them, fill them out, and send them back to your counselor. Or you can also, sometimes students have a difficult time uploading. You can also take a photo and send that to your counselor. But we do need all applications that are required by certain classes do need to be turned in by the 4th of February, along with all your forecasting requesting to be in your student view account. We've also added a FAQ sheet on our website, again, at the www.ochspioneers.org, OCHS forecasting. And there is just a collaboration of different questions that kind of come up regularly, and we wanted to give you a way to answer those questions and get the information that you need. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started and hear from our departments. So we will start with AVID.
Hello, my name is Kathy Varner, and I am the coordinator for the AVID program at the high school. AVID stands for Advancement via Individual Determination, and this program is designed for students who need some help learning skills that will help them succeed in college or any career they choose after high school. The elective itself will teach our students study and organizational skills and academic and social skills that may not be targeted in their other classes. There is a program within the program that teaches students how to work collaboratively in a tutorial session on their academics. And we provide multiple opportunities for them to be exposed to the college environment by visiting colleges or hearing from graduates from schools. We put together student panels and things like that. We primarily target kids who may be coming from environments where they don't know people who have gone to college and they want to go to college or they want to pursue a career, and we help them and assist them and give them support and guidance so that they can get there and make their dreams come true. So if this is a program that you are needing, or your child may need that extra foot to get into the door for a college or a career, AVID may be the place for your child. So I'm going to pass it on to Fine Arts next.
Okay, hello. I am Christy Ferriella. I teach digital photography, advanced digital photography, and intro to art in the Fine Arts department. This is a list of all of our course offerings. The only one that does not require a prerequisite of introduction to art is the art history course. Everything else requires that intro to art prerequisite. Also, if you're going to take advanced photography, you have to take digital photography first. And if you're going to take drawing and painting 2, you have to take drawing and painting 1 first. Makes sense. So there's that. One of the really cool things that I wanted to highlight about our department is that every teacher in the art department is a practicing artist themselves. You know, Rocky Smith does graphic design and runs his own business, does all his own logos. You know, he has a side business doing all sorts of cool stuff. Melissa Harrison was a graphic designer for a long time and does a lot of her own work outside of school. I'm a photographer. I take pictures all the time. I go hiking on the weekends and take pictures. And Nick Liebrick, who teaches a lot of the drawing and painting classes, is an amazing painter and is always working. So it's really it's a plus to be able to kind of promote that, because you know, what better place to learn art than from practicing artists, right? It's a part of our lives, it's our passion, and we get to teach it. So, and that is our department. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jory Jones. I am the theater teacher. I'm new this year. If that art wasn't really your style, you can do performance art, which is awesome. We have choir, theater, and band, 3 very distinct areas, but I'm going to give it my best shot. We have early bird and late bird classes. So that means some of our classes are offered before first period, and we actually have the only late bird class, which is after classes, after 5th period. So for my classes, theater, we have Theater 1, which anyone can sign up for. Theater 2, it is for everyone that passed Theater 1. Theater 3, everyone that passed Theater 2. Theater 4 is honors. You can get college credit for it, and they get a chance to direct their own shows and sometimes write their own pieces. This year, they are writing their own show. They are devising their own piece about 2020. It's going to be so much fun. And then next year we have a new class called musical theater, and they are going to get an opportunity to put on a musical review at the end. We also have tech theater, which is our late bird. For people who aren't necessarily wanting to be on stage, but they still want to be a part of theater. With choir and band, there are non-audition choirs and bands, which are the concert choir and the concert band. Anyone can join those choirs and bands. From there, it is an audition-based class. So for choir, there is also advanced treble choir, honors master choir, and sound check, which is the early bird. And then for band, we have honors wind ensemble, symphonic band, jazz band, and marching and pep band, which is an extracurricular. I think I did it. That's all the information.
Thank you, Jory. My name is Miss Letta, and I am honored to teach CTE Business Marketing for the CTE team at Oregon City High School. So we say CTE because it stands for certification in a specific industry, and many, if not all, of my colleagues come from industry. For example, we have culinary, construction, and JROTC. So with culinary, you have Miss Fukuhara, and she is formerly a chef. In design and construction, you have Mr. Wirtz, and he actually was a woodworker and in construction design. In JRTC, we have Major Thomas and Staff Sergeant Ramirez. And if students decide to pursue that track, then not only would they have a background in discipline, but also a head start in the military.
Miss Letta.
Oh, sorry,
There you
next
go. You're
slide,
good.
please.
Yep,
Oh,
you're
sorry.
good.
Great, thanks. So did you guys hear me, what I said previously, or was I on mute?
We heard
Yes.
the slide. Oops, sorry. We heard the
Oops.
slide that you just did, but
Oh, awesome.
But not the business slide yet.
but not
Oh.
the business slide. So we need to go.
Can we
back.
go back to the business slide,
Going
please?
the wrong way here.
Oops.
Sorry about that.
We're advancing, but the other
We're
advancing. We're
Okay,
advancing.
here's the business
Outstanding.
slide.
Yay. Okay, the fun slide of them all, I would say. I'm not biased, of course. So DECA is a really fun club. It used to stand for Distributive Education Corporation of America, but now it is our business association club, and students learn career pathways in finance, marketing, management, and entrepreneurship. Mr. Leong and I actually co-teach entrepreneurship. I teach the marketing portion and Mr. Leong teaches the accounting portion. If you want to learn more about these classes, please come see me during the breakout session. Also, I want to give a shout out to Pete's Place. That is our student store. If you decide to take Marketing 1, then you can actually take Marketing 2, Marketing 3, Marketing 4, as well as Sports Entertainment Marketing. Thank you. And off to English Language Arts.
Hello, I'm Becca Kolb and I teach English 10 and yearbook at the moment. And as you can see, there are a lot of English offerings at our school. So I'm just gonna kind of go through the yearly courses that are available for your students. Gonna quickly highlight our elective courses that we offer, and then talk about some English adjacent activities. So everybody starts out in English 9, and from there, each year, there are a few more options for your students. So at English 10, there's regular English 10, as well as honors English 10. For 11th grade students, the difference about that year is that their English class is a 3-trimester class. So there are 3 options for junior year. And the first one is American Comparative Lit. The second is the honors version of American Comparative Lit. And the third option for juniors is AP Language and Composition. And that class is mainly focused on writing, whereas the honors American Comparative Lit is focused on literature and writing as well, but a little bit more literature focus. And then as a senior, there are even more options for students to take, right? There's English 12, honors English 12, AP Literature and Composition. So that AP class is more focused on the literature, whereas the junior one that we offer is more focused on writing. There's a writing college approach for seniors, a 1 trimester class, and then a 2 trimester class, honors humanities. Honors humanities does have a application process, or it has in the past. There may be a change about that, but if your student is interested in honors humanities, the person to go to for information would be Mr. Hellman, who teaches that course. And then our elective courses in English are offered every other year. So our first 3 offerings on this list, writing, creative nonfiction, Shakespeare, and writing, fiction, and poetry, are all going to be offered in the 2021-2022 school year. So those 3 will be offered next year. And then the following courses at the bottom of the page there are going to be offered in the 2022-2023 school year, right? So if your student is a junior or is going into a junior year and is really interested in taking fiction and poetry, make sure to forecast for fiction and poetry next year, because it's not going to be offered their senior year. And that's really the big thing to pay attention to with the English electives. And those courses, if your student needs English credit, they will count toward English credit, the English electives. And if your student has met the requirements for English for their diploma, then those elective courses will go into elective credit, which can be useful as well. And then one last thing I want to highlight with the English department is yearbook. I am the yearbook teacher, and while yearbook is not a class that is offered for English credit, it's offered for fine arts credit. It's very much a writing focused class. So if you have students who are interested in journalism, who want to kind of stretch themselves as writers, and are interested in other areas of the arts like photography and graphic design, yearbook might be a really great home for them. And another activity I wanted to mention is our wonderful speech and debate team. Speech and debate is a competitive club, so they meet, they practice, they go to competitions, and this year they're totally rocking it in the virtual environment. So both of those activities, yearbook and speech and debate, are excellent ways for students who are interested in English to kind of stretch and do some things that might interest them. And if you have any questions about particular courses or about yearbook and speech and debate, I'm happy to answer in the breakout sessions. And with that, I will pass it on to PE and L.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dana. I am mainly the Health 2 teacher. I sometimes teach Health 1, and I will be teaching Intro to Public Health. So Health 1, Health 2, both required. And we take the 8 standards that the state of Oregon wants us to teach, and we kind of do the first half in Health 1, second half in Health 2, and they're all listed here. All of the teachers who teach health are super passionate about it, and so it's fun to be in there with them, and so they really care about the health of their students. Last but not least, Intro to Public Health is brand new. I'm super excited about this. I'm developing it, and I'll be teaching it next fall. It's an elective class. It is available to all grade levels, but with that said, in the course handbook, I really explicitly wrote out what is to be expected of you in this class, because it's high participation, independent reading, organization, that kind of stuff. So be sure to read that if you are interested, to make sure it sounds like, if you are a 9th grader or going to be a 10th grader, that it lines up with kind of your comfort level. And so with that, we're going to be looking at just a bunch of case studies and kind of looking at all the things that impact, health all around the world. So yeah, that's it for the health classes, and I'll pass it to Kenrick.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Kenrick Lynch. I'm one of the PE teachers here at Oregon City High School. I'm just going to quickly run through each of the PE classes that we offer, and maybe a little short description of each. The first one is called Fit for Life, and this is going to be for all incoming freshmen. It's a prerequisite that's required to take any of the other PE classes. We've got another class called PE Activities. This is a PE class that's more of a traditional games type of class where we do, individual, dual, and team sports like flag football and badminton and volleyball and games like that. That's more what that class entails. Weight training is just a general weight training class where students will learn how to develop their own weight training program. We get to work out and practice different lifts that we are able to teach in our weightlifting space. Toning endurance is more of an aerobics style weight training class where I'm trying to think of, this is a little bit a newer class where I guess aerobics would be the I think the ideal way to describe that class. There's also an early bird offering for people that are having a hard time fitting PE classes into their schedule. So that would be an option. Yoga and Pilates is just what it sounds like. You're going to learn some different kind of basic and intermediate yoga and Pilates movements. The high intensity interval training is a newer class. I've taught this one time. It's an elective where it's more of a CrossFit style, more of an advanced weightlifting class where you're going to learn maybe a little bit higher intensity, more advanced type lifts than you would get in a regular traditional weight training class. We also offer early bird team sports development. This is mainly for, or it's completely for athletes at Oregon City High School, where they'll come in and they do a number of weight training and conditioning exercises to get them ready for their upcoming sports. And we've also got Unified PE and Unified PE Leadership. Unified PE, it's a really neat class that they offer where we will match up a special needs student with a more traditional student that, and they kind of work together as partners to do a number of activities and work on their fitness and also different games and things like that. So if you're going to be in that class, you do have to fill out an application if you're going to be one of the mentors for that unified class. So that's what we offer for PE.
Good evening. My name is Stephanie Gossett. I teach in the math department, and I am joined by.
Hello, I'm Amy Wolf. I'm also a math teacher.
So you can see our flow chart, kind of the sequence of classes that we offer. There are a lot of things to consider when you're planning which math course to take. So just a few things to keep in mind. First, to receive a high school diploma, you need to earn 3 credits of math, which is 6 trimester-long courses. But for admission to a 4-year university, you should plan on taking 4 credits of math. State universities require that you've completed through advanced algebra for admission. And you can see in our flowchart that after students complete integrated 2, they have a lot of options to consider. Forecasting for the right class depends on lots of things. You might want to consider your post-high school plans, the level of skill you're coming in with, what type of subjects you're interested in, how many challenging classes you're taking from other content areas. So we really encourage students to talk to their current and former math teachers to get the best recommendation for a class that will best serve them.
Yeah, thank you, Stephanie. So, I mean, kind of just to reiterate what she said, integrated 2, it's obviously there's a lot of options after that. So talking to your teacher is really the best option. But, you know, depending on what your student wants to do, you might sort of take the more traditional STEM track like advanced algebra, pre-calculus, or honors advanced algebra with pre-calculus. That class takes advanced algebra and pre-calculus and squishes it down into 1 year, and then AP calculus. If your student wants to go into to a university, but maybe not do something STEM related, AP Stats would be an amazing class to take for them. If they want to do something more like technical or a trade, College Math Foundations is highly geared towards that. And just some other ones that we have that are like cool math classes that you might enjoy taking, and you'll learn some great stuff that, you know, might feel applicable to life would be discrete math, intro stats, or trigonometry. So lots of options. Again, talk to talk to your math teacher.
Okay, I'm Chris Adine, and I'm a science teacher here at the high school. And I would just kind of reiterate that if you are curious about which class works best, that you definitely want to be talking to teachers and encourage your students to talk to their science teachers about what works best for them. We have a whole smattering of offerings that everything from general level classes and single trimesters up through AP classes. And the cool thing is that most of our honors and AP classes are college credit. So if someone's considering a career in STEM, then those college classes can actually help quite a bit. So if you are interested in that, definitely talk to your current science teacher, your past science teacher, reach out to us and we can help guide you through the process, because there are a number of options that are available to you, and we can kind of tailor your experience to meet your needs and kind of fit what you like to do. So with that, I will pass it on to the social sciences.
Okay, my name is Jim Jordan. I'm a social studies teacher, and I'll go quickly here. We've got some required courses. Every student has to have 2 trimesters of global studies, US history, and then 1 of econ and 1 of government to graduate. We have some alternate options, and you can see the arrows lead to the alternate options for human geography for global studies. Perspectives in US history is 2 trimesters, just like the regular US history class. But the AP US history, like all the AP classes, are 3 trimesters long. And the AP government class does include the economics credit. So that would be taking care of econ as well. And then you notice on the right, we have a lot of interesting electives. The AP psychology is kind of limited to seniors because it's so popular. So that'll be for current juniors to possibly forecast for. We do offer a regular psychology class, a sociology class, criminology, conspiracy theory, and world history through film, which isn't offered every year. The international seminar is something they don't forecast for, but they sign up for at the beginning of the school year. And once again, like everybody's saying, have your students, your children, talk to their teachers in that subject area to see what might be best for them. Okay, that's social studies.
Hello, my name is Catherine Fernandez, or I go by Profe Fernandez. I am one of the Spanish teachers here at Oregon City High School. So for the world language here at Oregon City, we offer 3 languages. We offer French, German, and Spanish. And for each one, we offer from 1 all the way to Spanish, not Spanish, excuse me, from the 1st level all the way to the 4th level. With Spanish, though, we do go an extra couple courses. We offer AP Spanish. We also offer AI, which is the bilingual immersion program. So if you're coming through that, there are classes that are offered for that. If you have taken Spanish in the middle school, so usually kids jump right into Spanish 2, but you can go all the way to 3 and 4. And if you take Spanish 3 and 4, you can get college credit with CCC. And usually our foreign language classes are 2 trimesters. And you can take all the way up to AP for Spanish. Oh, Cornelia is gonna speak about.
Yeah, so if you can just switch that back to German. There you go. Guten Tag, mein Name is Frau Senior, and I am the German teacher. And obviously German and French are not offered on the middle school level. So we do not go as far in the high school level, but obviously for college, we're trying to get students to take at least the 2 years of German or French, and then to become an honors grad, we definitely want to push them on to do the 3 and 4. And we would love to see as many students as we can in the German and French classes for an alternative to the Spanish. And sprechen Sie Deutsch? Yeah, so just join us, and we have a lot of fun. We do culture, we do music, we do poetry, we do get some grammar in there and some different videos and text text things we do. So yeah, we would love to have you join us, and email with any questions you have.
Oops. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of our teachers for sharing information. So our next part is, if you are wanting to speak with any of the counselors, please stay on this Zoom link and we will direct you so that you can go into a breakout room with your student's specific counselor, and we can answer any forecasting questions. If you are wanting to talk with any of the departments, we also have an opportunity for you, and we're going to put it in the chat, where we have different breakout rooms that you can go into. And I'm just going to screen share a different opening here that I had. Bear with me. And where did it go? Thank you. And so it'll look like this, and there's information on here and on the different Zoom links that you can click on to speak to the different departments. And again, that's in the chat for you to be able to just click on the chat and select whichever department or departments you're interested in speaking with. And again, if you're wanting to speak with any of the counselors, go ahead and stay on this link and just stay here, and we will direct you to the counselor that you're wanting to speak with.
Okay, I do want to take a moment for Elsa and Thalia, if you want to check in to see if there's any families needing bilingual services before we let people go.
Okay.
Здравствуйте, я
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Hola, ¿cómo está? Buenas noches. Mira, yo soy una intérprete en español y le voy a estar ayudando si necesita interpretación en español. Los que quieren y necesitan intérprete en español pueden quedarse aquí pueden quedarse ahorita que les vamos a dar más instrucciones.
Okay, Elsa.
Добрый вечер, я говорю на русском языке, я ваш переводчик сегодня. Если у вас есть вопросы, то присоединяйтесь к комнате break room.
Okay, thank you. Teachers, if you want to go to your breakout Zoom links. And then families, I've dropped the link to that sheet that Teresa just showed to the different departments, and you can click on that. And if you choose the department that you want to go to, it's going to ask you if you want to leave this Zoom call and join that one, and you would say yes. If you want to speak with a counselor, hang out here and we will get the counselors into their correct, into their breakout rooms and then get you to follow. So counselors, if you want to jump into your breakout rooms, and then we'll send families as they arrive. Okay, and it looks like for Rollins Beck, is that the student's last name Beck?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna send you with Mr. Lucente.
Yes.
Okay, Vaughn, if you want to get that going, and then Kyle, what's the student's last name?
Kyle Jordan. It's actually Marcus Jordan.
Marcus.
And Megan.
McBride.
Yes.
Okay. And can we get? Okay, so we got her. Okay. Awesome. Hi, Christy.
Sorry, hi. I'm trying to get into that link and it's saying the host has another meeting in progress. I don't know what that means.
Let me try to come troubleshoot that.
So that would be Rocky was the last host of that, so he may not have closed the event before, or he may not have created her as an alternate host.
Well, it would be Dana that made it. Let me go dive in real quick and see. Here, I have to leave this to do that though.
I think there was an issue with my account for some reason. Like he said he couldn't make me a host, but then he said he would work on it, and I thought that it was resolved, but I guess it wasn't. Any idea why that might be happening?